Welcome back to Afternoon Express on SABC3. An award-winning dancer and currently artistic director of Jazzart Dance Theatre, Sifiso Kweyama has established himself as one of the most well-respected dance teachers and choreographers in the country. His contribution to the arts and knowledge of African dance has seen him travelling all across the globe, being invited to teach and choreograph dance at universities around the country and America. Welcome, Sifiso. Welcome to the Loft.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely to have you. Wow, quite a CV, hey? Very impressive. Very impressive. But you started out as a dancer yourself.
Yeah.
How did you progress to creative director at Jazzart Dance?
Well, I suppose it has to do with the training and how the training that I got at Jazzart back in... Ooh, am I exposing my age now? Back in '92,
okay.
When I started working at Jazzart, training at Jazzart under Alfred Tinkle. And because of this, the methods that he used, the technique, it sort of prepared you for various genres. Because we're trained in different disciplines. The African dance, the contemporary, we did pansula, Zulu dancing, and a little bit of ballet. And so I think I was well trained. At that time. And so it prepared me, not only you become a dancer at Jazzart, but you also become a choreographer and a teacher. But then you have to choose which one you want to specialize in. And so my favorite one has been teaching.
Oh, that's incredible. And I mean, you've been asked to travel the world teaching at universities and choreographing. Now, the term African dance, I find, is used very loosely. And I mean, people will label African dance a bit of kwasa-kwasa and a bit of like tingling of the fingers. How do you define African dance?
That's a huge question. I mean, if you look at kwasa-kwasa, those will fall under popular dance, like pansula, but African dance is very vast. It's very hard to pinpoint and say, this is African dance. But one thing that makes African dance is we are grounded. As on the South, everything that we do is...
lower.
It's lower. And so, how do I put it? I'm born here in this country, and so I breathe and live the air of Africa. And so what I do on stage, for me, I don't see it as Western dance. I wake up, all my themes, all my ideas are based on the stories of the people I live with, and everything around it. And so what I teach on is actually called African contemporary dance. It is influenced by the Western styles, but it's actually predominantly dominated by the African steps, African ideas. The people I meet are all African. And so it's very hard to say this is African dance, because the African dance on the South is very different to the West African dance, but it's also African dance. And it has to do with the way we dance in Africa. It's unlike the Western. Our Western dance is very high, and we are low. Whether it's African dance, you'll find them bending their knees, bending their what you call the ankles and everything. So everything is down. It's down. It's grounded. It's very hard to have a definite definition.
So you guys have a festival on called the Azishe Festival, right?
Yes.
Which is a celebration of the 40 years since the uprising.
Yes, 1976.
Wow. How do you see dance as a medium of expression and social commentary?
If we go back to, let's say, 1976, I remember there was a stage when I was at the school at Zevdlomo in Durban, and we were fundraising for some of our guys to actually cross the border. And so we had stage plays, we called them sketches at that time. And we used to dance. And for me, that was a way of communicating to the people, to our classmates who were there at the time, to say we do, because the stories basically were about the struggle at that time. And we told our stories through arts, through dance, through theatre. And this is how we communicate. And even today, we're still using the same language. And people don't actually understand this. Dance is so powerful. Because it deals with your emotions. It's very different from just talking. Talking is a different case, but here you have to include your body. You have to involve your body in every aspect. You
have to include your breath.
You have to include your breath and your energy, the way you connect to the audience. That energy means it says a lot. Some people actually cry whilst watching you perform. And you might be saying something else, and it will say it will have a different meaning to somebody else. And basically, those different energies and how you connect with a particular individual in the audience.
Do you think there could be a benefit in our education system to incorporate and integrate dance in our art, in our education, just
It
in general?
You need to remember that dance is actually part of the curriculum in this country, but for some reason it's not taking that seriously. And I believe now it has been taken away from primary schools. And it's huge in the primary school, and that's where dance needs to start, primary schools. At the moment, we are teaching at schools, Zonneblom High, or I can't remember. And
Right.
those are grade 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Yes.
I believe that dance should start at grade 1. Because that's what we grew up dancing. And why should we wait until we get to grade 8? Our president started dancing at the age of when he was born. Not only him, I'm sure Thabo Mbeki and Nelson Mandela, everyone had some kind of experience through dancing, and it's something that we need to take it seriously, and because we actually bring money in this country. When it comes to economy, I remember that at some stage arts brings about 400 million in this country. And people don't know about these things.
Wow. It's very interesting what you're saying to me, because people think you greatly benefit from dance if you're a good dancer, but you're saying anyone can dance, and it has a great effect on and an impact on anyone's emotional state.
If you have 2 feet, you have a heart, you can dance.
And you should dance.
That's where the rhythm is.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, currently on till the 27th is Jazzart Dance Theatre's 7th Azishe Festival at Artscape in Cape Town in commemoration of the 40 years since the youth uprising in 1976. This year's festival is dedicated to the youth of South Africa so that their journey carries the rich legacy of our past. Here are the dancers Tansley Hewist and Darian Adams. What an incredible performance.
Yep, they're working hard, these guys.
It was choreographed by the dancers and it's called Eye to Eye.
Yes, choreographed by the
correct?
2 dancers, yes.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
joining
having
us
me.
today.
Fantastic.
After the break, we put the finishing touches to our coconut prawn soup and we chat to the young up-and-coming hip-hop artist, Patty Monroe. Don't go away.
Express yourself.
How you doing, YouTube fam? Thank you so much for watching, sharing and commenting. We love hearing from you, so be sure to keep up to date with all things Afternoon Express by clicking the subscribe button right here.